Hello and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Coffee. Today we have a very first special guest, my ex-girlfriend.
Shut the
Faith.
fuck up!
She's my ex-girlfriend because we got married.
You're so annoying.
That was a pretty good one. Huh?
Yeah.
I can't take credit for it. I stole that joke from the internet, but I've been saving that one for a long time.
I bet.
Yeah. Anyways, now that you're married, you're allowed on the podcast. So
Shut up!
Zingers. How you doing?
I'm tired.
Aw. I think you'll be okay. We can get through this, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Then I'll take you to swig afterwards.
Yeah.
Like a little Mormon wife. All right. So, my big topic... Actually, you know what? Before we get into this, how was your first week as a stay-at-home wife?
It's boring. I don't like it. If I had something to do, but Sissy just does her own thing.
Oh,
half
as
the
if
time.
there's not so much to do here.
No, like something that doesn't like. I don't know, like something to take
Something
care
that's
of.
not work.
Like a child make this a lot better.
But you there's so many boxes you could have been unpacking all week.
I know, but those are things that I do like by myself, and it's boring. And like I said, Sissy like half the time spends her time outside. I hate the summer. I'm not about to go sit outside when it's 90 degrees.
And to be fair, you have heat-induced migraines.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of just not liking the summer.
Well,
It's also
I think it's a little bit of both. I really just don't like
Okay.
the heat.
Never mind.
But that is a part of it. Is it makes me like not feel good. The heat just really does it in for me. So I'm not going to sit outside with her because that's boring and I don't like it. I guess it's not boring. I just don't like it. And like packing on boxes or unboxing. What am I trying to say?
Unpacking boxes.
Yes. It just gets so boring. I don't have anybody to talk to. I don't have you to be like, oh, do you like this here? I'm like just talking to myself the whole day. And it's not fun.
Okay. I get you one of those AI friends so you can just natural language. Hi, how's your day going? Good.
And
How's yours?
I can't even talk to Sissy because she ignores me half the day and is outside.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is, out of the two of us, if there's an opportunity for one of us to be a stay-at-home, it's going to be me.
No, I'm saying if we had kids, I would enjoy it.
I don't know. It's kind of sounding like you wouldn't enjoy this, so it kind of feels like it should be me.
No, because you're going to be making the most money if we need you.
No. No. I have faith in you.
Shut up.
Okay. Anyways, so my big topic for today was going to be to talk about the Harry Potter casting for the new TV show, but it turns out you don't care about it. I have had this locked in as the topic for this podcast for months.
We didn't talk about the characters. You asked me about the plot line, which I didn't know about.
No. I said about 3 weeks ago, I was like, oh, did you hear about this casting? And you're like, yeah, I don't really care about the show. And so that conversation about who was cast as Harry, Hermione, and Ron went nowhere. And I was like, oh,
well,
I've been planning on this for a long time.
Why did you want to have a conversation with me if you were going to do it on the podcast? Wouldn't you want to save that?
Well, it was just like, oh, look at this. But there's been a whole lot more casting.
I am interested in it. I thought that they were basically just remaking the movies. And I thought that didn't sound very good. But then you said it was the books that they're remaking. Like, going, like, solely off books. And I am interested in that. So, like, we can talk about it. I will.
Well, it's too late because you told me you were not interested in this and you did not tell me that you changed your mind. So I didn't plan for this topic at all. I just wanted to bring up that was going to be the main big topic here and it didn't work out.
Sorry. I didn't mean to tell you I didn't care about it.
You didn't? What?
I didn't mean to give off the impression I didn't care about it.
You explicitly said you did not care about it. Those are the words that came out of your mouth.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I was shocked. I was like, what do you mean you don't care about this?
That's when I thought that it was just the movies. And then after I said that, you explained it to me. And then I said, oh, I think I would be interested in that then.
Anyway, so on a related topic, next time I have my mom on the podcast, you're gonna hear Sissy's
little
feet,
tippy tappies.
yeah, little tapping in here. Next time so my mom, I think she's told you, every time she's watched the movies, she's had to watch them a lot,
and you can imagine.
And she's never been able to remember characters or their names or anything. And it's going to be terrible for audio, but I was thinking about doing a game with her about raising a picture. Like, who's this character, Mom?
Oh, uh-huh.
Do you think that would be fun?
I think it would be, because I know that she can't even remember Hermione.
I think even if I gave her a list of options, she'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell you how many times she's watched it, because we did a marathon before every single movie and at every single Christmas. So,
which is crazy. We watch them a lot.
And she actually watches movies when you watch them together. She doesn't play on her phone.
Was that a jab?
Yes, it was. Because some people, when they're like, oh, I want to show you this. It's my favorite movie. Cool. Scroll.
I don't scroll on Instagram when I'm watching movies. I play games on my phone because I can't not be doing something. My hands can't just be folded in my lap watching something.
But you can't tell me you're actually paying attention to the movie.
No, I am.
And knowing exactly who all the characters are and the full plot, because you definitely go, wait, what happened? Wait, who's that? Wait, is that the same character from the last scene?
I wasn't sober. Frieren? I wasn't sober when we watched Frieren for the first time, and I was very confused.
Just saying, it's happened a lot.
I was very confused with Frieren because I was not sober. That wasn't my fault. And I just need to do something with my hands. Like, my hands have to be moving, and so playing a game, it's like...
Get some slime.
I have slime. It gets really sticky. I want one of those, like, pick pads that you can get off of Etsy. There's, like...
But those are, like, one-time use. It's so wasteful.
No, you can't. You heat it up in the microwave and put all the beads back in, and it remelts them into it.
Oh, I was looking at the hair ones.
The hair?
Yeah, there's, like, hair? There's hair pick pads.
That's gross.
Okay.
I want one that's just, like... I don't even know what it is. Just, like... It's not glue, but then it has all the beads in it. And you just pick... Because then I wouldn't pick up my fingers either. You just, like, pick all of the beads out of the slime. And I think, if I want, it would keep me from picking up my fingers. And it would entertain me. You just pick these out. And then when you're done with it, you just put them all back in, stick it in the microwave, and you can redo it. Plus, there's some really cute ones on Etsy.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see about that. Because I think you're still going to resort to your phone.
No, I would not. I just need something to do with my hands. Even just like a little squishy ball. Like, I'd be perfect. I just can't sit still and watch something.
Okay. What a Gen Z you are. Well, we've talked about getting married, but we've had a lot of changes recently. All within a very short couple of weeks, getting moving down to Boise, getting married. Has it sunk in for you yet?
No. I think because I've been in our house and I haven't met anybody. But I think once we start, like, if we find, like, the farmer's market and, like, go to different places, like, where we live, just, like, check out some new spots. And, like, once I have an interview on Monday, and if I get a job, well, when, that's not an if, that's a when, I think I'll feel better and I'll feel a little bit more real, because then I'll feel like I have a routine and, like, a little bit more settled. And I'll actually meet people that live here, because all my friends, besides, like, Rach and Rip, all my other friends are in Moscow. Like, I know that I have your friends too, and they've made me feel like I'm their friend too, but, like, still.
Yeah, I
like, people that I've met on my own, so.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think once that happens, I'll feel more real. Also, I think after I start my name change process. And, like,
You haven't started it?
No. I've been busy the past couple of days.
Doing what? You just told me you don't have anything to do. Like, you're just laying around bored.
Yeah, when I'm, like, like, Monday and Tuesday. But then Wednesday, Rachel and I, like, went and did stuff that took so much longer than I thought it was going to. And then yesterday I had doctor's appointments, and then I left. It's on my to-do list. Don't worry about it.
Sounds like you've been very busy, yeah.
Not as busy as you going to a full-time job, but I still am doing things. And it just... Yeah. But I think once I change my name, it'll start to, like, feel more real. On my painting that I did last night, Mom signed hers, and then she was like, oh, you need to sign your painting. And I was like, oh, okay. So I put FB on it, and my mom goes, oh, FB.
Cute. Well, speaking of having a routine and things to do, it's been shockingly hard to find what is, I think, our biggest form of community, and that is a game store. We have done as much research as we could, and it's like less than, I'd say maybe a quarter of the game stores in the entire greater Boise area even have events.
Yeah.
Of those, even fewer have events for Lorcana.
Which is crazy.
And none of them have events for HeroScape.
Because we thought when we moved down here, there'd be a lot of stores, a lot of events, and we'd like get to choose which one we like the most. And now we're kind of like, well, whatever one has it.
Yeah, we thought we'd have to, we'd have the opportunity to choose.
It'd be like picking a church. You go to every one of them and then figure out which one you like the best.
Yeah, I'd be able to find, all right, what store has the right vibe for us? Coming from the vibe that we did have, we were very spoiled.
Yeah, so this has been a huge bummer. On the other hand, it does save us like $60 a month.
At least, yeah. That's just in the cost to play at the store. That's not even including the cost of cards.
But I do miss doing that. I think also with that, the part that I miss the most is just seeing our friends. Like, all the people we played with were like, we became really good friends with them. Mm-hmm. And I think I just miss that.
Yeah. Well, there's no game store in like our, I don't know, town. In the north of Boise. So I'm wondering, I kind of brought this up the other day, but what do you think our game store would look like if we opened up right now?
It would be, I think we would offer like snacks, kind of like Safari Pearl did, that had like some snacks and like drinks you could buy. Because I think
it'd have hot food though.
Yeah, I think it'd be more of like a
micro kitchen kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like a cafe, but not as big as
that. Almost like Mingles.
Yeah, where they have like
Mingles
a tiny
menu
kitchen.
in Moscow.
Yeah,
which can be looked up online.
Yeah, I think we would do something like that, but have like more tables for people to just like hang out and play games.
So heavier on the event side.
I think so, and like I like how Safari Pearl does like rent me or like try me out if you want to play this game. I think we would do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I really feel like, I don't know, from the outsider's perspective, it seems like events are the better way to go for being profitable, because having events and having people consistently come to your store to hang out for several hours at a time seems like it builds community and loyalty to buy from you, therefore turning into more profits, even if you operate events at, a net zero gain.
Yeah, definitely events and for people to like come try board games and just hang out. I think we would sell more than just board games though.
Uh-oh. What do you mean? Like
coloring books.
Oh yeah, a few extras like that.
Yeah. I don't know if we dive into the costume aspect of it.
Yeah, the cosplay.
Yeah, I think it would be more of like a board game, like, not craft store, but like board game coloring books, like, stuff like that.
Okay. Don't go too far that direction.
No, I know. That's why I said not quite like
focus.
That.
Yeah.
So.
That's about what I was thinking too.
Or we could sell like those little book nooks. I want one of those so bad. One of like a little magic shop. I want one so bad. It looks so much fun.
Too bad you don't have a birthday coming up.
I know. Mom asked me to make a PowerPoint slide like yours.
I'm very excited. I don't know if we talked about this, but I have a very detailed PowerPoint slide when a family member asks me for, can I have your gift list for your birthday or Christmas? I have a slideshow presentation that includes like, okay, this is if you want to buy something in this hobby, these are the brands that I like and support. These are like if it's a clothing brand, I have the sizes.
You have your shoe sizes.
Shoe size, all of that.
Yeah, you have all your sizing, the colors you like.
If it's board games, I have so many board games that I just list like, here are 10 games I don't own. Pick from this list. It's dangerous not to.
Yeah, I was thinking that we could try and get a spreadsheet. Like when we put games on the shelf, we could try and make a spreadsheet of all the games we do have. So then if a family member is like, oh, I think I will buy this game for them, like check the spreadsheet first.
Well, I'm looking for an app. I've been on and off kind of looking for an app where I just scan the barcode.
Oh, nice.
And that barcode gets added into a list. I'm just trying to find that right now.
Yeah, because that would be nice. Because then it wouldn't be like, well, I don't want to get any of those 10 games. I'm going to pick this one. Because I feel like that's what people do.
Yeah,
and again,
it's like
we have over 100 games. Like, it's so difficult to pick a game that we don't have.
Especially when I already have, like, all the family classics.
Exactly.
So, and that's, you know, people who, like, family that don't typically buy me a gift, when they do buy me a board game, they're like, Risk. I'm like, stop. I already have that.
Yeah.
Or Monopoly. I'm like, stop. I've got 4 versions of Monopoly. I do not need a 5th one. Please don't.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it would be more helpful, not to us, but more helpful to people buying us if we just gave them a list of games we do have.
I actually used to have a very large Excel sheet with all the games that I was interested in instead of just the 10. It kind of goes along with what you're saying. I think it listed about 150 games I was interested in, and people would see that list and go, I'm not reading all of that.
Just pick one.
But see, that's the problem. And so I think if we have a list of our 120 games that we do own, people are going to open that up and go, I'm not reading that.
Well, then they get to feel bad about getting us a game we already have. That's not our fault. We're giving them the tools. They need to utilize them.
I'm just saying, meet the people where they're at. If they want to buy us something, might as well make it easy.
Yeah.
Which is like the list of 10 is good. Anyways, it's got that. And, barbecuing, it's got a list of things that I want, like certain cookbooks, those kind of things. Big fan of it.
Yeah.
Some people think I'm ridiculous. Your family
loves it. My mom loves it. She told me, my brother, and my sister-in-law that we all need to make one. So, my mom loves it. Because she's been, like, every, like, Christmas and stuff since I can remember, she would always ask us, like, give me a list. I want, like, what you guys want. She always likes to buy stuff that she knows we're going to use and, like, what we want. And so when she found that you did that, she was so excited about it. So, yeah, she's making us all do one. I'm going to put a Lego section on mine to say I want the Office one.
And, yeah.
And some other, and books.
Yep.
But my mom and Melody have my Goodreads, and that has a list of books that I've read and, like, ones that I want. So I don't need to, like, specifically list. I think I'm just going to put a link to my Goodreads.
Good enough.
But then, like, other bookish things that I would like. Anyways, I'm excited to make it.
How do we get on this topic?
I don't know.
Huh. Because we were talking about what our game store would look like.
Yeah.
Oh, because I said you're too bad you don't have a birthday coming up.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. I was like, wow, where did this come from? Okay. All right. This question might be a little hard and might not go anywhere, but I think I saw it on a TikTok or something. TikTok is amazing for giving me these like sound bites that are like, ooh, that's a great idea. I could expand on that and make that a 15-20 minute segment. Okay, so here's the thing. A couple weeks ago, you wouldn't know because you don't listen to the podcast anymore. But a couple weeks ago, I was sitting here trying to think like, what is the word that I'm looking for? Part of a thing, blah 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 blah. The word is segment. A segment, I think, is the word I've been looking for. So I remember the other day, and I don't think I came back and said, by the way, the word was segment. Blah blah. Anyways, for the 3 listeners out there, getting back to the topic at hand, for this segment. What veggies do you think immediately class up a dinner plate?
Ooh, green onions. Like, if you chop some green onions and, like, sprinkle it on top, I feel like it makes it a little bit more fancy. I don't know, because, like, vegetables that I think are, like, fancy are ones that I didn't eat growing up, because Mom didn't buy it. So, like, eggplant, to me, is a little fancy.
I could see eggplant being like a fancy vegetable because you have to use a lot of spices and seasonings to make that thing taste good.
Yeah, I would say like eggplants, also like artichokes.
Artichokes.
I really love artichokes.
Yeah. I think maybe that one could be perceived as fancy because you got to get rid of so much to get to the heart, you know?
Or what else am I thinking of? There's one that's like a ball that has like leaves and you rip off, like you boil the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you rip off the leaves and you can like dip it in mayonnaise and like.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay.
Because you got to get rid of all those leaves, and you can only eat like the base edge of it, you know?
Oh, like the inside of it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you don't
okay.
eat the hard leaves.
No.
Yeah.
You like scrape them kind of like edamame.
Yeah.
Also, I think edamame, but I realized that you can buy that in the freezer section. So.
I mean, you can buy artichoke hearts in a canned food aisle. So. Okay, so my one answer for this was asparagus.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. See, we had a lot of asparagus growing up.
Oh.
So I don't.
See, I see asparagus on a plate, and I'm like, ooh, you fancy.
Really?
Yeah.
I would not categorize asparagus as that.
Huh.
I think we just had it so much growing up, and we eat it a lot too.
Yeah, we do eat it a lot, but I just think like asparagus makes any dinner look nicer.
I guess it does make it look nicer, especially if it's like some potatoes and beef. But
well, farm bred answer: potatoes and beef. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I've got this one last segment for you, and I'm using this opportunity because specifically in your vows. In your vows last weekend, you talked about how listening to the synopsis of my video games that I have to play in a very specific order.
yeah.
Which is very true. But I'm taking this...
Yeah, I know. Take a picture of your spreadsheets across your wall right now.
I have spreadsheets that include the name of every game I've played, what the console it's on, and how many hours it takes to complete.
Yeah, my family after the wedding walked in and saw that, and they were like, "What is that?" And I was like, "I told you, very specific order." I wasn't kidding or exaggerating.
Yeah. Anyways, so I have a couple of Xbox statistics about my life that I would like to share with you.
Okay.
First of all, for the first 3 years of playing Xbox from 2007 to 2010, those stats don't exist. So who knows,
Why
right?
don't they exist?
Because I use TrueAchievements.com, and they have better statistics. Well, their API in which they pull the statistics from Xbox is better than what Xbox really displays. But they can only really track anything since I started having an online account.
Oh, okay.
So, I have played 330 games in my lifetime, which seems kind of low.
You know what? I guessed because I couldn't remember the number, and I told Mom 360, so I was close. I'm kind of proud of myself for that.
Nice. But I've only completed 100%, got all the achievements, 56 games. 56.
That's still good.
It just seems
half?
super low. Over half?
56%?
No, 56 games.
Oh, I thought you said percent. I was like...
No, I would be over the moon if I was at 56 games.
I know. I was like, didn't you say you wanted to be 55% by next year?
Yeah,
I was
50.
Confused.
I want to have 55% of all available achievements from games that I have ever played.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Did I tell you that when my mom walked in and saw that, she looked at me and she said, "I don't think you guys are having kids for a while. Michael's going to be busy."
You did tell me. Okay. I'm pretty proud of this. So, my very first online achievement was on January 30th, 2010. Clearly, I had gotten Xbox Live as a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
But that very first achievement...
Wait, you waited... If you got it as a Christmas present, you waited until January 10th to play it?
January 30th, and that's when I got the achievement.
Oh.
This is when my first achievement popped.
Okay, I was going to say, that's some, self-control.
After I had activated an online account.
Okay.
And it was the MVP achievement from Halo 3.
Oh, God.
So, of course, I was like, oh, how sweet is it that, of course, my first online achievement was Halo 3. And it was for being the most valuable player in a ranked online match. That felt good. I was looking back, I was like, damn, that was my first online achievement? Hell yeah.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah. And then, True Achievements put together the value of every game I've played using the launch pricing. And it's estimated that the cost of those 330 games with their launch price... Would you like to take a guess?
Thousands. Probably, thousands and thousands of dollars.
It's just a hair under $12,000. Now, granted, that value is heavily skewed because of things like Game Pass, you know?
Yeah.
And, some games I've bought used. But, I mean, almost every game I bought until the newest Xbox, this current one, which came out in 2020 or 2021 or 2022. Because I remember it came out when I was living in Texas. So I think 2021. Anyways, or at least that's when I got it. Somebody's probably going to scream at me for getting that wrong. But every game up until that point, I bought at launch pricing.
Were they cheaper back then?
No. I mean, you see that in the last 6 months, games have started going to $70.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. They were $60. They've always been $60. Okay.
I didn't know if at one point they were 30.
No, every mainstream AAA big budget game was always $60, which is almost exclusively what I paid.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I still think that's too expensive for a disc that you buy.
I don't think we have time to get into that.
Okay.
I have a lot to say. But this one shocked me. The fact that Halo 3 is not my most played game. But also, I think this statistic is skewed because, again, they didn't start tracking information until I started an online account. And I think if they breaking the conversation there, because a random dog just walked up in our front lawn and needed to close our door, so Sis didn't have to have an uncomfortable interaction while we were busy. But my most played game, hours not tracked before going online, so Halo 3 might have been it. But what is written here is Apex Legends, which you've never even seen me play before.
No, I've heard about that.
Because I stopped playing it before we met. My playtime on that game, 20 days.
That's insane.
As in 24-hour days.
That's insane.
16 hours and 38 minutes.
That's crazy.
A lot of hours.
Yeah.
This was my pandemic game, though.
I was just about to ask if that was during the pandemic.
Yeah. That was, yeah. If I wasn't sitting at the edge of my bed watching traffic all day, I was playing Apex Legends to get through the day, so.
That seems horrible.
My pandemic experience? Yeah, no, it was god-awful.
See, not happy that the pandemic, obviously, that it happened. That's all I was trying to say. I'm happy that it happened while I was
you're glad those people died, aren't you?
Living with my parents. And at the house that we had.
Yeah. See, I moved to Texas in June of 2020. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, so you didn't have anybody. You just sat we had a big backyard. We played games out on the porch. I was still going. I still had school that I had to finish. Dad had a million projects around the house that we were helping with. I was
in a concrete jungle.
Exactly. We kept busy. We had stuff we were doing. And there was one friend I was allowed to hang out with, and we would go play in the river and stuff. I don't know. I'm very grateful for the age I was at when that happened. Because younger would have sucked. And older would have also sucked. I was at the perfect age.
All right. Ending on a rough note there. All right. So, Faith, as the special ex-girlfriend of the episode.
You're such a little...
Would you like to give your recommendations?
I have 2 podcasts and a song. Is that okay?
2 podcasts and a song?
Yeah.
How about you save one of those podcasts for your next episode?
Okay, my song is Alex Warren's... I showed it to you the other day. His new song called Bloodline, because it reminds me of Sirius and James from Harry Potter. And it makes me... It's such a... with that in mind, I really like that song. So that's my song. And then my podcast recommendation, I actually haven't listened to it yet, but it's on my list of... It's on my list of podcasts to listen to, but it's called Call Her Daddy. And her, the host, her name is Alex. First of all, she just came out with a documentary about how her, coach in college, harassed her and, everything, and I'm really excited to watch that. I'm, interested to watch it. Wrong Voice Awards. But I'm intrigued by that. But her podcast is basically her bringing on different women and just talking about, like, their experiences. Like, I know she had the actor that played Lorelai Gilmore. She had, like, a scientist on there. Like, I don't know. She's a very broad range of things. I feel like she's a really good host. So, anyways, from the little TikToks that I've seen of her.
My podcast recommendation is Three Black Halflings. It is a D&D real play podcast. Very well done. Very fantastic cast. Praise them. I love them almost as much as I love NADPOD. Mm-hmm. So, with that, have a great rest of your Saturday. Faith, thanks for joining me. Maybe we'll see you someday.
Oh, that's encouraging.
This is early for you, on a Saturday. And my usual recording time is ungodly for you, so maybe we'll see you again.